Hey guys, it's me. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday. Today's my birthday. 49 years old. I'm no further ahead than I was last year at this time, and that's very depressing. Besides the fact, well, I can't say I'm not further ahead. My grandson is healthy. He's living a vibrant life. I spent the whole day with my youngest daughter today, and yesterday I spent the whole day with my oldest daughter. So I am absolutely thankful to God for getting my kids back. The worst time in a man's life is when you steal his children. Hello, Miss Gabby. Hope you're doing well, beautiful. The worst time in a man's life is when you take their kids. Our society is set up to accept that fathers should not be in their daughters' lives or in their sons' lives. Our society says it's okay. Take the child and don't let the dad see the child, but make sure the dad pays for the child. When this happens, then we say, oh gosh, I can't believe that dad went crazy and said things or did things. You take a man's children and expect him to be okay with it. I wish that I could do I wish I had somebody that could edit. I've got a friend that he won't do it. He saw the targeting when it was overt for me, when I first became an overt target, and it flipped him out. He's a professional filmmaker. He's worked for the Carolina Panthers. He worked for big sports teams. He's worked for TV. I mean, he makes movies. His company makes movies. I've known him since high school. I wish that I had somebody, but the first night he came to the house, he said, well, I'm going to come and I'm going to record what's going on. This was back when craziness was happening. I'm talking people in camo. That's before we knew what a drone was. I mean, it was insanity at my house. And he just got a taste of it. I mean, he brought over a night vision infrared camera, like a $30,000 camera he trusted me with. Fully charged battery. And within 20 minutes of me using it, the battery was completely dead. Ended up me using another battery, completely dead. He ended up me using another camera, completely dead. They would die within minutes, die. Why? Because the drain on cameras from the radiation, from the directed energy weapons. But here we are in America. That was the darkest time of my life, not having my children. And everybody said, it'll be all right. They'll come around one day. And I said, no, they won't. They'll never come back, because you always think the worst. When you're in that situation, you're like, no, my kids will never, because they're programmed. Children are always programmed to hate their father. It's sick and it's evil. I mean, social services, when they kidnapped my daughters, social services went to my oldest daughter and said, you have to keep your sister safe. Your dad's going to kill both of you if he finds you. What? Why would you tell a daughter that their dad is going to hunt them down and kill them? Why would you do that? So they would police themselves and not give the dad the chance to get back in their life. What social services did to my life is unconscionable, and it's illegal. They did everything in the world to force me to off myself. Everything they could. Yet I'm still here. So all you out there that have lost touch with your families, keep praying, keep having faith, that because God's the only one that can fix it. God's the only one that can reunite you with your children. He's the only one. would have handled that. DCF agent, I don't care if it took 20 years. I don't care if I had to pay someone to do it for hurting you when it comes to my healthy kids. It's a struggle every day not to kiss them. It is, Grady. It's a struggle every day not to end it all. And let me tell you, the reason that I've tried my best to put that out of my head is because I know it's not me putting that thought in my head. I can wake up and feel the frequency that they've got me under. It'll be just a heavy darkness, just hopelessness. A frequency can cause hopelessness. I could be perfectly fine, and they'll turn it on, and I'll go from alive and happy to dead inside instantly. The clouds coming up and blocking out the sun on a shiny day isn't as definitive, isn't as obvious as when they hit me with that frequency. Hollow and empty. When you guys get like that, reach out to me if you can. I'll talk. Just to know somebody's out there. I mean, I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm so alone. I don't have anybody." You know, the lonelier feeling than being alone is being 10 feet from someone who doesn't treat you like you exist. That's worse than being alone, is being within arm's reach of someone and being right there, and all they have to do is just look at you and just smile, or just look at you and say hi. I can't tell you how many times I would walk around, not intentionally walk around, but just be in public, and somebody would look at me and just smile, and that smile saved my life. Can't describe how many times that a simple stranger smiling at me. I watch a lot of these predator channels where guys bust these online predators. And nothing I'm going to say right now is going to defend them, okay? But 90% of these men, because we know in America, I think the stat I heard yesterday was 520 men a day in America murder themselves. 520 a day in America kill themselves. So I'm watching these predator channels, and death is the only thing that a predator should have. You harm a child, you attempt to harm a child, you should be put down. You should be put down. And not as humanely as we put down dogs. You should be put down in the harshest way. But a lot of these guys, you know what they say? I'm just lonely. Nobody will talk to me. So here it is, people online pretending to be children. I mean, I get it. It works. It gets predators off the road. But how many times is it just a guy who feels completely invisible, and no one will say a word to them? That no one will give them the time of day. Total silence. I walk around 90% of the time like I'm invisible. Here's something that Tina does to me that it breaks me every time. She'll be in there sitting in the hole in her bed that she's made, and I'll ask a question. She will not react. She will not acknowledge. She will just sit there and stare into nothing for up to a minute and a half. And if I don't call her out for not even acknowledging me, well, I was going to answer you. I mean, seriously, I say, is it supposed to rain today? That's what I get. I would rather somebody cuss me out. I would rather someone cuss me out. That way I would know that I'm alive, that I'm not just in this matrix by myself, than to be treated as if nothing I do matters, nothing I say matters, nothing. I've been playing with the algorithm on Facebook the last couple of days. So, you know, these posts, it'll have music, and it'll have this long, drawn-out thing about your feelings. Oh, I'm lonely, I'm a man, blah, 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 nobody pays attention to me. If you click on that and share it, in 2 more posts, boom, they'll throw another one at you. And they'll throw another one at you. And the next thing you know, they have validated your feelings. They've encouraged you to feel it more. And then they'll hit you with, I'm at my lowest point. Then the one comes up about offing yourself. I played with the algorithm for a week now and watched it progress from I'm alone and nobody cares to I feel like I should murder myself. The algorithm is telling men to be done with it. Say you're married. What's up, Tina? Say you're married. Now, this is for the people who aren't targeted individuals. Your husband and whoever's in there that isn't a TI, let me know. You're married, your husband has an account, and you have an account, and you're following each other, and according to Facebook, you are a couple. Okay? Do you get to see your mate's post? Do you? Tina nor my daughters see anything I post. They see nothing that I post at all. And guess what? I can't see anything they do. I'm following them. I'm listed as their parent. I'm listed as Tina's spouse. I see nothing. I'm completely... And YouTube admitted years ago that they did this experiment where they were isolating people and studied how they reacted. So Facebook would ostracize you. Facebook would send you to Siberia in the middle of nowhere while you're thinking, yep. So on Facebook, I can't see anything of Tina's. She can't see anything about my daughters. I never see them post. They never see my post. The algorithm is set up to isolate me by myself. I guarantee, and I'm very vocal on Facebook. I used to cut it off, but on Facebook I post a lot of police accountability, crooked cops, crooked government. Not a lot of targeted individual stuff because I just can't dwell on it. It's too much. Because once you sit in the targeted world and TIs out there, listen to me. Once you're in that environment so far, it's like trying to tread water because they feed it to you, and the next thing you know, you're just in it, and it will overwhelm you. And the darkness from the world of what happens to us being targets, that darkness will get closer and get deeper on you, and you can't shake it. It's like if people say, well, I manifest kindness and light and goodness. Well, that's evil. But the Bible says the power of the tongue has life and death. So that's why I stay out of the TI communities, because it's just too much. It's too much. And it's too many people who are not experienced with being TIs. They're newer TIs, and perps are in these groups and give them advice about what to do. Oh, you need to call the cops and tell the cops that people are chasing you. Oh, you need to tell your doctor what's going on, and they could probably diagnose you. Worst advice ever. I'm like, you have no clue why they picked us. It's changed me and my soul. Did you see that pastor go over to somebody and ask them to be quiet because they were talking in tongues? I didn't see that, but a lot of that's happening. I actually called a church in my area because I was thinking about visiting a church down the road from my house. And I asked them, how you feel about the Holy Spirit? I said, do you guys speak in tongues? Oh, no, we frown on speaking tongues at our church. Well, sorry, can't do it. The Bible says that some people have the gift of speaking tongues. I do. That's how I talk to God, because I just can't sit here and pray to God because I don't know what to say. But I need that connection to God because I don't have it with anyone else. Just be careful in these chat groups. on Facebook and stuff with targets. You guys are here because I'm hoping that you believe I'm real. I mean, I've got receipts for everything I say. But I can go in these Facebook target groups and start talking, you're a perp, you're a Fed, you're a government agent. I'm like, I'm the farthest thing you'll ever see. Farthest from a perp. It's just a bunch of undue trauma. But my life's a big pile of undue trauma. It's like I was talking on the phone over there in Tina there, and I had the phone on speaker talking to the woman about food assistance. And this woman was ripping me apart on the phone, and I'm like, am I imagining this? Because I have to, because I don't know. I'm so hammered mentally and physically, and they hit me so much all the time that they keep me on edge. Feels like God never wanted me to. You have to pray for these gifts of the Spirit, Grady. You got to pray for them. Peace, kindness, speaking in tongues. I mean, there's a bunch of them. It's pretty much kind of like the Beatitudes in the Bible, but God will bless you with anything you ask. Don't ask for patience. Not a good thing. But I've noticed that the more I operate my prayer life, the more I speak in tongues to God, then they'll send the algorithm, because the phone's always listening. The algorithm will start sending me preachers that say, speaking in tongues is of the devil. They'll do that to make me question how I talk to God. What I can say about talking to God is, you're going to get a lot more of what you need when you praise God. If you treat God like an ATM machine, you're not going to get much. You have to treat God like He is God of all. Humble. And just love Him. Speak to Him like He's like you are in love with Him. I want to be in love with God, and we're commanded to love God. I have a hard enough time loving my neighbor. We not only know you're real, you're smart. Well, here lately, they've even started messing with me, because for the last 5 years, I always pray over my food. The last 2 months, they've had me so distracted that I even forget about praying over my food, and then I remember halfway through and I pray over. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, the reason that I don't get sick hardly ever is because I pray over my food. I pray over my food, and that's why I don't get sick often. Besides the fact that I don't go around people, that's the main thing. But you have to, Grady, you got to ask God for the gifts. And the number one thing to do is just thank God every day. Thank Him that even though you didn't want to see the sun come up, because some days I don't. Thank God that the sun come up. Thank God He gave you another opportunity, because this is the way that I've had to force myself to think about it. God didn't come back today because He was giving me a chance to get right with Him. Now, if I get mad, my tongue takes off. I have a problem loving my neighbor. I have a problem with not saying bad things on Facebook and YouTube, because I can't stand evil. I can't stand to see a human hurt another human. Because if you can willfully hurt a human like cops do all the time, I don't consider you to be human. And that affects me. It deeply affects me, that every day. Because once you got the algorithm, like these people that love cops, these cop suckers, the algorithm blocks them from ever seeing anything about corrupt cops. The algorithm will hide them from that world completely. It's literally like gosh, every time I get in this area, the EMF is really strong here. algorithm keeps these people safe from what they don't want to see and hear. Literally, out of sight, out of mind. So they don't see the daily cops murdering people. They don't see the daily of cops abusing people. They don't see the daily of cops just ID. Crack, I gotta have crack. Give me crack. They don't see it. The algorithm will not show it to them. It will only show them happy story of cop saves puppy from pond. Cop buys all the Girl Scout cookies from a Girl Scout. That's all they see. The algorithm is very close to being the mark of the beast, being a part of the system, because it will give you what you want unless it's set up to tear you down, like the algorithm set up to do me, hiding all my friends and family's comments. I bet I could probably go to my Facebook page, and I bet you I haven't had 5 likes in the past year. 5 thumbs up in the past year. I bet I haven't had 5 of them. Is that insane? And today being my birthday, 2 people clicked the generic happy birthday button, right? Guess when the last time they talked to me? You want to guess? May 17th. Last year. It's so... The world is backwards. These people, they're called friends, but you can't pick up the phone. You ain't got their numbers. You ain't got half of their numbers. And the ones you got their phone number, guess what? If you pick up the phone and called them, what would happen? Nothing. Nothing. They wouldn't answer. And if they did answer, they ain't coming to help. See, all my friends are dead. So I am alone. And just like with my daughters, anytime they want to spend time with me, I'm there. Boom. They call me. Boom, let's do it. My daughter today, she's tight with her money. I respect her. I taught her well. She don't want to spend any her, she loves gardening, but she don't want to spend her money. I was like, well, but if it's nothing more than me just standing there with my daughter, sitting 2 feet from her and knowing that she's right there, that's everything. It's everything to me, because there was a time when I wasn't even allowed to be near her. And you know what I did to deserve that? Nothing. You know what I got convicted of while they took my children? Nothing. So my wife got caught at Belk's shoving cheap jewelry in my daughter's underwear. She got caught failing drug tests to be a mom. And they did nothing. They did nothing. But me, they ran me through abuser classes and anger management and drug and alcohol classes and drug test. Never failed one because that wasn't a problem. But I was man as part of the system. Because the system has buddies that create other parts of the system. And then the system will force you by court order to go get in the system. So, drug and alcohol testing for you. Anger management for you. How to treat your spouse for you. Just a money racket. Everybody's got their hand out to take the man's money. Some states are different, but in North Carolina, a man has 0 rights. You have no rights to your children. None. The main reason for that is they want the state to run your children. They want the state to train your children. Just like if you find a stray dog and you want to keep it around, you give it just enough food to keep it. That's what the government does in the ghettos. Give them just enough food. Give them just enough to keep them coming round. Right? That's what. But who's going to say anything about it? When a man tries to stand up and do the right thing, they do everything to destroy him. Anybody in here? Ain't nobody commented in a while. Anybody in here? It's just despicable what's happened. I hate it. I hate that we've been destroyed. Just, this ain't America no more, and America ain't coming back. I talked to another guy yesterday about America, and he's like, yeah, I'm a Christian, and I'm sitting there telling him that we're going to be destroyed, and he never knew it was in the Bible. He had no clue. I'll be right back. No clue it was in the Bible. I don't know if you guys, is anybody even in here? I don't know if you guys can hear that bird. You know, the birds talk to me. Listen to the bird and I'll tell you what I hear it saying. You hear it? Listen again. The bird. Not that one. Preacher, 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 preacher. Now, is that V2K? Or is that drones? Is it speakers set up in the trees? Which is it? Because remember, I've had birds go, meth head, meth head, meth head, meth head. But the same birds when my mom was taking chemo that said, crazy, crazy, crazy. Guys, this technology is out. When are people going to say, Shannon, you were right? Shannon, you've been right all along. Thank you for being right. Thank you for trying to inform us. Is anybody even in here? Ain't nobody commented in 10 minutes. I guess not. I got to get busy. Anyway, thanks for being here, I guess. I guess YouTube has blocked you out. A whole, 5 people? Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Miss Gabby, the beautiful Miss Gabby. Thank you, Grady. Grady, you got my number. Call me sometime, buddy. I'll talk to you anytime you want to chat, man. You're in Alaska. That's a hard place to be, buddy. That's a hard place to be because it's dark and it's wet and it's cold. And that's hard. That's hard to deal with. It's hard on the soul. So, I love you guys. We're still here. It's crazy because I don't see anything. It's a rough life, and it's getting rougher every day, especially being alone all the time. But thank God I got to spend time with my kids, and thank God you guys are still out there. If you guys ever want to talk on the phone, go to my email, ChannonTownsend@yahoo.com, ChannonTownsend@yahoo.com. Hit me up on, tell me who you are, leave your phone number if you want to. If you trust me, leave your phone number and I'll call you. I'll talk to you. I ain't got nobody else to talk to. I can literally, I have counted the sentences that Tina says to me. And last time I counted, in 3 days, I got 3 sentences. Imagine having a spouse that lives with you, and they say 3 sentences in 3 or 4 days. I'd rather be punched in the mouth. Anyway, hit me up on my email address. Leave your phone number. Tell me anything about it. Anything you want to know, let me know. I'll call you. Talk to you. Anybody out there. I'll call you. I don't matter. It don't bother me. Loneliness is the greatest weapon of this program. They isolate you and make you be all alone. They take everyone out of your life. They scare everyone away from you. And then they encourage them to stay away. They will feed them information on the algorithm. The algorithm will feed them crazy people killing people. They'll do that to keep them away from you, to make their fear you so much that they won't even come around. It is so easy when this AI and listen, the AI has been running the show, because for you people that think that that your handler can sit there 24 hours a day and monitor you, AI is monitoring you, and they control the Fusion Center. I can pick up the phone and dial a number, and the Fusion Center will say, like I'm calling my insurance company, the Fusion Center will say, insurance company, yes, Mr. Townsend, we're here for you. Like I'll send in a paper, I'll call in a payment, they'll take the information, steal my money, and then I think I got insurance, and I get pulled over, then I ain't got no insurance. Then I got to go to court, boom. Then it's a roller coaster of money, out the window. It is what it is. Anyway, I got to get busy. God bless. Love you guys. See ya.